These Australian crypto billionaires are living proof that you should never go into business with your friends, because they might end up embezzling millions from your company. Recently, there's been this huge controversy since Ed Craven, one of the co-founders of crypto gaming site Stake.com, accused his ex-business partner of stealing from him. So here's the scoop. Ed started Stake.com with his co-founder and old friend Bijan Teherani. But before they had this billion-dollar crypto company, they had another billion-dollar crypto company called Prime Dice, which they started with another old friend they grew up with, Christopher Freeman. Only he might not be a free man much longer if the allegations are true. Craven and Teherani allege that he's guilty of siphoning away assets. These assets were supposedly in the form of company-owned cryptocurrency that Freeman was squirreling away into his own online wallet as if it was a piggy bank. The audacity of that man. Teherani and Freeman in particular have been close childhood friends who grew up together in Connecticut, USA. Guess I should have hung out with those kids in kindergarten. Like, is anyone else noticing a theme of nerdy, self-made billionaires? But that's besides the point. So they'd been working together on Prime Dice, the crypto dice gambling website, for over a decade. Sheesh, that's a long friendship to throw away for invisible cash.
A mutual friend, or I thought it was a mutual friend of a friend on Facebook, and so then we just started chatting.
And with friends like that, who needs enemies? The deets are that both Craven and Teherani say the other man only made fleeting contributions to the company, calling his work ethics and also his personal ethics into question. They say he's been funneling tens of millions of dollars through the official Prime Dice cold wallet device.
A few different types of wallets to store your crypto. The easiest way is to store it right on the exchange where you buy.
And his own personal Coinbase account. Shocking, right? Wait till you hear how this news came out. In a lawsuit. That's right, it's a familiar court for a battle of the billionaires, the legal court, and Christopher Freeman was the one to initially bring it to that level. He filed a legal complaint in the Southern District of New York in January, accusing his ex-business partners of misleading him into not taking part in their new company, Stake.
Once they're in, what they're doing is creating them to invest more and invest more.
Sounds like somebody's mad they didn't get invited to the big boys party. Oh, and he wants $580 million as an apology. Wonder how the other two billionaires, a breed of people notorious for their egos, reacted to that. Anybody guess calling him bitter, delusional, and accusing him of fraud and embezzlement? That would be a great guess. Craven and Teherani stooped to his level and filed a lawsuit right back.
Of scams are rapidly picking up speed as the FBI reports that losses to
and it included these allegations. Mr. Freeman, you just got served. Their lawsuit says that he's bitter about losing out on a good business opportunity, so he stole millions of dollars and lied about it. They also say that his accusations of them lying about the deal and defrauding him are pure fantasy. This is all according to the court documents on the Australian Financial Report, so you better believe what I just said is true. Now, the purpose of Freeman's demand for the $580 million was him saying he was owed 20% stake of the company, so now he wants stakes on Stake.com. Freeman says he brought up the idea of the crypto casino back in 2016 and they stole his genius. Plus, the new site Craven and Teherani innovated has online dice gambling games that directly compete with Prime Dice. Not cool. According to the official court documents, he attests that they gave him misleading information. They said a virtual casino would be too expensive, and they'd bring a fiat casino to Old Aussie instead, and he'd have to move on down under to be a part of things. Now, the phrase too expensive coming from the richest people in Australia should have been the first red flag. Too bad for Freeman. He trusted his old pals and declined the offer because he thought a fiat casino would have too much competition and was an unwise investment.
So I would say that's not too bad. If we quickly have a look here, that's one loss.
Only for them to turn right around and make a virtual cryptocurrency casino instead. He also claimed that they totally blocked his access to Prime Dice and froze him out while lying to his face and saying he still owed majority shares. That's why he didn't get paid his dues and didn't get to be a part of the new website that was based on his casino idea. And partly includes his dice gambling game. Sounds super incriminating, and things should be looking pretty bad for the other guys. Too bad he doesn't have any proof. Anybody else getting a glass onion vibe from this? Teherani and Craven, of course, were one step ahead and called his claims sensational. They said that everything Freeman said in his complaint was provably false and utterly frivolous. Looks like somebody swallowed a thesaurus. But it's not as bad as all the pride Freeman will have to swallow if he's wrong. It's all over for him if he doesn't come up with some way to prove his allegations allegations are true. The only thing he has to back them up is the fact that the two stake partners were originally going to start a fiat money casino instead of a crypto one. Unfortunately, not only does he have nothing to back these claims, they're also flawed because their website does accept fiat money. Plus, they gave him the chance to get in on the deal, but he said no. Should have read the fine print. Freeman was contacted for comments via his lawyers, but he had nothing to say. Honestly, it sounds like the other two guys were taking notes from The Social Network, the original story where a regular guy turns a billionaire and starts scamming his peers, tale as old as time. Or as old as Facebook? Because that's exactly what Mark Zuckerberg did to his best friend and business partner, Eduardo Saverin.
You can't be ahead of everything, so it's better to make big moves and be willing to do that than...
But all this talk about Ed Craven and we barely know him. Well, let me help you. He is, as y'all already know, the co-founder of the Stake site. He appeared on last year's Young Rich list, among 25 others. He's only 27 years old and owns two uber-successful million-dollar crypto companies.
Their crypto account. Not only that, a large majority of employees got 100% of their pay in crypto. If you were one of
His estimated net worth is about $1.1 billion. Jeez. He also purchased two Melbourne mansions in Toorak last year. The first one, on St. George's Road, is called the Ghost Mansion and cost about $88 million. I'd be ghosting anybody who sent me that invoice.
$80,088, and the owner accepted it within 24 hours.
Apparently, it's the second most expensive house in all of Australia. The other mansion is a 2,000 square foot house with 4 bedrooms, and he got it for $38.5 million. The youngest billionaire in Australia spares no expense. Investors might be worried about how it looks that he spends so much and is currently getting sued for $500 million, but don't worry. I guess the phrase, all publicity is good publicity, must be true because Stake.com is literally thriving. It's currently one of the leading cryptocurrency casino platforms.
Is well known and trusted among casino and crypto communities. They are licensed by one of the...
And as we last heard in 2021, it had revenues of roughly $1.8 billion.
The nature of their games, you can expect unique and fun experiences.
The gambling site was also responsible for almost a full 6% of all Bitcoin transactions.
so that it could then go into my personal account. Nothing nefarious ever happened, but my account was with another crypto platform. So
at the end of last year, and that's just Bitcoin. Stake.com literally broke its back from the strain of carrying crypto through 2022, both figuratively and literally, because the company reports a pre-operating tax income of $550 million. Not too shabby, especially for a guy who spends his free time Twitch streaming himself playing online dice gambling games. So that's everything we have on the Australian crypto billionaire drama and how these childhood best friends allegedly embezzled millions of dollars from each other. See you in the next vid.
Crypto scams in just the first 10 months of 2022, many of these victims losing.
Embezzled his own company's money to pay me.
Corey says he's doubtful he will ever see his money again.